My first boat, I'll never forget it.
It was a 17-foot Carolina skiff.
A Grady White.
An aluminum Starcraft.
I had a 1966 Chris Craft.
So it was a 1984 John boat.
So I went to
In Miami.
Charleston.
Morehead City.
Beaufort, North Carolina.
and asked a bunch of people about their first boat.
A Mark Twain, it was 19 foot and it had a 90 horsepower Evinrude on it.
It's a 1999 Rinker Flotilla.
And this is what I heard.
50-year-old Glastron boat.
It's an action craft.
Just like a little 5-foot dinghy.
19-foot G3 John boat.
12-foot John boat that my granddad gave. 7-foot Lancer outboard.
27-foot O'Day.
17-foot Sea Fox. 12-foot John boat.
It was a 1956 Lone Star.
It was an 8-foot rowboat. 18-foot Boston Whaler.
If you ever been to Disney World and you rode a Disney World boat with that little outboards on them, that was it.
Turquoise blue Baycraft.
Yamaha 242. A 14-foot Chrysler.
So it was a little 10-foot John boat.
It was a 1970 Highlander.
A wood boat, literally with like an Evinrude motor on it.
It was a CMF. It was old fiberglass.
It's like an 18-foot Glassmaster.
18-foot Carolina skiff.
It's a 17-foot flat skiff.
An 11-foot Boston Whaler.
Me and a buddy split that boat right after college. We bought it for $4,000.
And I tore it to shreds, running everywhere I shouldn't have been running and doing everything I shouldn't have been doing. But
He said if you can fix it and get it running, it's all yours.
And it floated half the time.
And my husband let his cousin borrow it, and he sunk it down in the Keys.
And the engine broke down. I got rescued by the Coast Guard.
It sank in the lake.
That I saved up and bought a 5.5 horsepower Mercury for, and I sank it the second time I took it out.
That we salvaged at the dock. Bought it from him for, I think, $4,000. And had a 60 Yamaha on it, and I blew that motor up with over 6,000 hours on it some years later.
Man, it was a really, really crappy boat that he got for like $2,000. And
Shitty rigging, shitty boat, but it was free. Only cost us a car battery. Had tied up both left, back, and front very securely, and the rest of the boat actually sank.
It was a pretty old beat up thing. We got it for $500 because the wife was getting a divorce and she was selling it in a hurry to make her husband mad.
And now I'm looking around, I see myself like, wow, there's boats that actually probably won't sink here.
did you name the first one?
No.
Zapatico. That's Spanish for like little shoe, little sandal.
Michel's.
Michelle's?
Yes, after my wife.
The first boat was Fever.
yeah, we called it the Clutch Dog, actually.
It was called the Swiss Fleet, but it was always called the Whaler for us. Its name is Southern Grace.
That's a running joke.
I haven't named it.
I don't think so. You know, it was probably such a small, crappy boat that no name got applied to it.
No.
No. There was the filthy ore. Yeah.
I call it pork slap. The guy, when we bought it, the mechanic kept saying the word Clutch Dog, and we named it that day the Clutch Dog because he kept saying, yeah, that's the Clutch Dog going on.
Didn't name it.
No, didn't name that. Did you name her before she sank?
No, we didn't. She was in the middle of a remodel.
The name of the boat was the Froggy Lou.
So I'm from New York originally, so there's a beer that's called pork slap. So it's two big fat pigs with their bellies slapping together.
And it's actually named after Grace O'Malley, who is a famous Irish female pirate. Moneymaker probably would have been a good name because it literally started my business.
It was called the Dink.
No name on that one.
Did not name her.
Seems like we had some kind of pet name. It's been so long ago I've forgotten now though.
I didn't have a name for that boat.
I didn't have a name for it and I don't know why.
If I were gonna call it anything, it probably wouldn't be something I could say on camera.
Man, there's a lot of them. A lot of fond memories. Shoot.
Fondest memory.
So probably be the first time taking my father out after I fixed it.
Being able to, actually take my dad out on it.
Fishing with my dad, taking my dad to catch his first tarpon.
Oh, well, being on the boat Pops fishing was, obviously, that's what we used it for.
That's one of those memories that will just never leave. He didn't have confidence that I could fix it, and I did, so that's one of my fondest memories on the boat.
Getting stuck on a sandbar and having the Coast Guard actually land on the sandbar and offer us a ride home in a helicopter. Wouldn't do that today.
The friendships that I made on the water, on a boat.
First day I got it.
All of our family fit on it. It was fun.
So really just catching a decent sized redfish.
Just the friendship and just the time on the water.
And we should just go around the lake, and best time of my life.
That was a good old boat. You don't keep something for 25 years unless it is. So.
My fondest memory was the day I finally had somebody come and buy it.
Being out on the boat just by yourself, running it all by yourself. No one was around.
I'd say just all the memories of having that opportunity to get out there at that age.
Probably, I had a lot of good memories of getting stuck in it. I would get, brave and think I could go places in it that I probably shouldn't have. And
I think if I look back a little bit more, we had a lot of fun actually putting it together. A lot of bleeding, a lot of swearing.
We would have a battery and a little trolling motor attached to the back.
Trying your hardest not to get yelled at by the old man.
Crashing into a tree a few times, actually, more than once, so yeah.
We were able to ride our little dinghy all the way up to Shim Creek to Magwood Seafood to go visit our dad.
See you on the water.